Hi, I'm Suzanne Ross of the Raven Foundation, and like you, I've been following the tragedy in the Gulf of Mexico and the varying responses that people have been really reaching for. It's the kind of thing that, as a bystander, even if you're not directly affected by it, there's this sense of helplessness and frustration and anger and just desperation to do something to make it better. And I heard on the radio this morning about an unfortunate effect of of this anger, of this frustration. It was about the boycotting of BP branded service stations. And it seems like a natural response. BP's the company that was irresponsible in the way they constructed their well and caused the tragedy. And so let's punish them. Let's hold them accountable. And we talk about that as seeking justice, I think. And so boycotting gas stations makes a lot of sense. The problem is that BP gas stations are independently owned. They are owned by franchisees who, while we may be buying less BP oil, we are inadvertently forcing these gas station owners into incredible economic difficulty. The revenues are down, and the small business owners are facing the end of their businesses, bankruptcy, losing their business altogether. And I encourage you to go to the NPR website. We'll put a link to that story so you can hear firsthand the suffering of one of these business owners. So the question is, how do we find justice in this situation? How do we respond without causing inadvertent damage? And I think that's always the danger when we're seeking justice. There's a downside to justice, and that's in our zeal, we become blind to the suffering that we end up causing in our search to hold someone accountable. So I would encourage you to stay connected with your feelings of overwhelming grief with this situation. But I would also encourage you to channel them in a way that doesn't add to the scapegoating suffering, either human or environmental, that is unfolding right now. And on our blog page under the Alternative Apocalypse, we have an excellent resource for a non-scapegoating response to this tragedy that I think is authentic and holds accountable everyone who needs to be held accountable in this situation. So thank you for listening, and I'd love to hear your comments.